ではまずは正面オフィシャルからご覧いただきます。正面オフィシャルから、ではカメラお願いします。オフィシャルからです。まずはオフィシャルから参ります。
お願いします。こちらお願いします。
もう一度オフィシャル参ります。もう一度オフィシャル参ります。はい、もう一度正面をご覧ください。正面ご覧ください。
その上お願いします。
正面ご覧ください。はい、お願いいたします。正面、一斉にお願いします。一社ずつはご移動ください。
がここにいるうちの本物のスクールスポーツのために行こうぜベイビーバンとの国には気をつけて、現実になることがありますからね。
The untouchable True School Sports Empire, and y'all know the rest. Now listen, man, it's the day before Inoue versus Ye-Joon Kim. Before I get into the subject of this video, let me tell you guys this. I will be at the fights tomorrow here in Japan. I will be at the Inoue fight. So to any of my Japanese viewers and subscribers, if you see me at the fights, definitely say hello. Definitely come up to me. I love meeting people in Japan and just anywhere in the world that support True School Sports and support this YouTube channel. And I love talking to people like that. So yeah, definitely say hi tomorrow if you're at the fights. But listen, this is probably gonna be my last video about Inoue versus Ye-Joon Kim until we go live or do our post-fight review. But I'll say this, man. I love boxing because it's the one sport where, like Teddy Atlas always said it best, like boxing is the one sport where everything is fair. Like, doesn't matter where you come from, no matter what country you come from, doesn't matter what economic background you're from, it don't matter what sort of messed up or just fucked up circumstances you came from. If you have it in your heart and your soul to dedicate yourself to the sport and get and really be willing to give it all on that one night, you could be special. Things could be fair for once in the world. You could have your moment in the sun, right? Doesn't matter what the odds say. Doesn't matter what the odds makers say. Doesn't matter what people say, right? And here we have a very interesting scenario because you have Ye-Joon Kim, who really and truthfully on the world level is a relative unknown. He's going into this fight against Inoue on relative short notice. Everything on earth says that he should get his ass waxed and destroyed and just be another. He should be like a bug on the windshield of the freight train known as Naoya Inoue. I would even say from a technical standpoint, that is what's probably going to happen to him. But again, this is boxing, and you never know what could happen. And I give every fighter in the world a chance to win. You have to. Anybody's dangerous with 8-ounce gloves on, right? So, boxing scene wrote a very interesting article about Ye-Joon Kim, and they revealed some things that I wanted to share with you guys. Because Ye-Joon Kim, not only is he from a country in South Korea where boxing has had a male world champion in 15 years. There's been a drought. Not only is he a 22-1 underdog, not only is he given a chance by nobody to win this fight, but Ye-Joon Kim was never given a chance in life. Yes, never mind boxing, he wasn't given a chance in life. And you may say, BT, True School, what are you talking about? What do you mean Ye-Joon Kim wasn't given a chance in life? Well, Ye-Joon Kim, it turns out, was an orphan. Yes, he was an orphan. Left at an orphanage at a very young age. Nobody ever came to get him. He would be in this orphanage. Nobody wanted him. Nobody came to get him. He was also undersized as a kid, so he got picked on. He got bullied, and these kind of things. And boxing was his saving grace. Boxing was his sweet escape. Boxing was something that helped him find his identity in the world, right? So fuck the Inoue fight. Ye-Joon Kim never had a chance in life, and these types of fighters are always dangerous for a fighter like Inoue. Not because they're the most skilled. Like, he's not gonna be as skilled as Junto or any of the guys at featherweight or anything like that, but he's playing right now. Ye-Joon Kim is playing with house money. He's not really expected to win. He's gonna get credit if he's even semi-competitive, and Inoue is gonna be asked about bigger fights. What's up next with Merjan and Picasso and coming to America and coming to Saudi, and he's one of the hottest properties in boxing right now. Quite possibly one of the biggest names in the world. If not maybe the biggest name in the world. If you're talking about on a global scale. And I can make a great argument for Inoue being the biggest fighter from a global standpoint. It's a very easy argument to make. But nonetheless, Inoue has to stay focused because right now I'm in Tokyo. This is the same city that Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, with all due respect to Inoue, he ain't no fucking Mike Tyson in terms of hype and being famous. He ain't that level of famous, you know. The Mike Tyson hype train was much bigger than Inoue worldwide than what Inoue is now. And he came here to Tokyo and nobody thought he could lose when he had this aura of invincibility, just like Inoue does right now. And he got fucking plastered on the floor by Buster Douglas, and his career was never the same. So I say that to say this. I'm expecting the best Ye-Joon Kim tomorrow. Whatever I've seen on film, whatever I've seen in his fights, I'm just going to really crumble it up. I'm going to crumble it up on a piece of paper, and I'm going to throw it in the trash can because I expect to see whatever the best Ye-Joon Kim looks like. I think we're going to see that. I think we're going to get a fighter that's willing to go in there and give it his all and punch through the target. And one thing that really encourages me about Ye-Joon Kim is that when he was talking, and you can't, talking doesn't win fights, but you can oftentimes get an idea into the psyche of a fighter when they start talking with how they approach the fight. And one thing he said that I think is a very good sign is that he said that this fight with him and Inoue, he understands the simple principle that in order to beat Inoue, you can't go on there and try to survive against him. You can't do the Paul Butler. You can't think you're gonna finesse your way to a 12-round points decision against Inoue, because at some point, this is a fighter that commits to all his shots with bad intentions, and his aura and his presence makes you have to fight even when you don't want to, right? So he understands that, and the fact that he understands just something that sounds so simple, but yet at the same time so complex, I think that actually makes him a little more dangerous than most opponents. So am I expecting Ye-Joon Kim to win? Not really. I think Inoue should get him out of there in 6 rounds or less. But I think that he's going to be dangerous. And listen, this video is really just a positive video to him. Best of luck to Ye-Joon Kim. I love his story. I give him credit. I mean, even though he was the backup opponent, he still got short notice because of backup. So he did take this fight on short notice against the monster. Not a lot of fighters do that, so he deserves credit for that. And just hearing the story, you could make judgments about people all you want, but till you start hearing their story, where they come from, and how they really lived life, you can't really say much to them. So this guy came from an orphanage. Now, orphanage was pretty much an outcast by society. He was forget being a 22-1 underdog in the Inoue fight. He was an infinity to underdog in life. So the fact that he even made it this far on the big stage, and I'm sure he's getting paid well, and he's getting the chance of a lifetime. Best of luck to him, man. I really do wish the best for him. South Korea, like I said, I know my box history. Anybody who's really talked to me about boxing knows I know my boxing, and I know that South Korea is a proud boxing nation. It's a country that hasn't really had a whole lot going on in terms of world champions. So this would be big for them. And I'm very, I do care about boxing in ways that many people don't. So I would like to see South Korea have someone to get behind. And so if he does beat Inoue tomorrow, good for him. If not, then I hope he at least puts up a good fight and people want to see him again, because his story actually kind of reminded me. I was reading it this morning, and his story reminded me a lot of why I love boxing, because you could like Don King used to say all the time, and like the old saying goes, yesterday's nobodies are today's somebodies, or tomorrow's somebodies are today's nobodies, so something like that. You don't really know who can become who in this sport, and things can change on the drop of a dime. Look at Bruno Saras. Nobody knew who Bruno Saras was 3-4 months ago. Now, look at him. He's getting paid well for the rematch against Munguia. So, Inoue better be on his P's and Q's, because this guy, I don't know a lot about him. I only watched a couple fights, and I don't think he's like the most skilled fighter I've seen him Inoue fight before. But with his background, being in the orphanage and just being an outcast in society, and then not really a lot being expected of him, so he can just go out there and just be free, just fight, just let your hands fly. And I think that's exactly what Ye-Joon Kim's gonna do. Is gonna let his hands fly. So Inoue cannot. I don't think he can have too many moments against this guy like he did against Neri, where you know, he got dropped against Neri. Because if this guy hurts him, I think this guy will have the determination to finish the job. So it's again, I think Inoue will win. I'm picking him to win inside 6 rounds, but I think this guy's gonna come with everything he possibly has in the spirit to win. And that article this morning really touched me. So best of luck to Ye-Joon Kim, and I'll be at the fights tomorrow. So if any of you are gonna be at the Ariake Arena, I look forward to seeing you guys. If not, regardless, there's gonna be content here on True School Sports. There's gonna be shorts. There's going to be a post-fight review video. There will be a live. I'm not sure if there will be a live before the fight or after the fight. Maybe you guys can. What do you guys think? Should I do a live before the fight, or should I do a live after the fight? You guys can comment that down below, and I'll take into what you guys say into consideration after and think about it myself. But yeah, shout out to Inoue. Shout out to Ye-Joon Kim. Looking forward to being at the Ariake Arena tomorrow. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you click right over here.